Hi guys, so I have a quick book review for you. I say quick, we'll see if it actually is. So yeah, and that is for The Land of Stories, The Enchantress Returns, which is by Glee's very own Chris Colfer. It came out last year in 2013. It's published by Little Brown. Yep, Little Brown. There's the cover, and it's so pretty. And this is the sequel to his first book, The Wishing Spell. And I know the third book, A Grim Morning, I believe it's called, is coming out sometime this year. And there's supposed to be a fourth one too, so that's exciting. But yeah, so I'm here to review Land of Stories. It was 30 chapters, 517 pages, quite a thick book. But it took me so long that, yeah, and I'm going to put it right here because I don't want to hold it, it's heavy. So, basically, The Enchantress Returns kind of picks up right where The Wishing Spell left off. I think it takes place a year after the events from the first one, so now the twins are 13. I should have said at the beginning, there will be spoilers, especially if you haven't read The Wishing Spell, the first book, so, you know, go read The Wishing Spell, then read Enchantress Returns, and then come back to the review. That's how it works. Anyway. So Connor and Alex are just kind of living their day-to-day life when the evil Enchantress who cursed Sleeping Beauty just starts wreaking havoc in the Land of Stories, and kidnaps their mother because what she needs is the fairy godmother's granddaughter, and for some reason she assumes that the twins' mother Charlotte is fairy godmother's granddaughter, when in fact it's Alex. But, so they have to figure out a way to get to the Land of Stories and then figure out a way to defeat the Enchantress so they can save their mom. And that's basically the plot of the book. I did enjoy The Enchantress Returns. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as The Wishing Spell. I think it's because the storyline was kind of basically the same, in the sense that, you know, Connor and Alex had find a way to go to the Land of Stories, and they have to go on this big journey to collect certain items so that they can stop the evil. And the first one, it was the Evil Queen, and this one is the Enchantress. And the first one, it was find items to create the Wishing Spell, and this one is find items to create the Wand of Wonderment, I believe it was called. But yeah, so I feel like that was one of the things, like, I had a feeling the plot would probably be the same, but I feel like it was kind of repetitive, even though it was different items and a different goal, you know what I mean? So that was a little to me. Also, I felt like, I don't remember how many chapters it took, but I also felt it took quite a bit of time to actually get to the Land of Stories, and I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't enjoy this one as much, because we didn't get to the Land of Stories as quickly as we did in the first one. I feel like in the first one it was the first couple chapters, and then we were in the Land of Stories. In this one, I feel like it took a little longer, so these are just basically like little nitpicky things. Overall, I did enjoy the book. I know with my little nitpicking, it might not sound like I enjoyed it, but I really did enjoy it. I love Chris Colfer's writing, and I love his take on these, you know, fairy tale characters that we grew up with. Just like with the Wishing Spell, how I loved the story he gave, the backstory for the Evil Queen. I also loved the backstory he gave for the Evil Enchantress. And I also like the name they come up with. I don't know how to pronounce them. But the way I do, like, I love the Evil Queen's name is Evely, and that the Enchantress's name is Esmea. Like, I like the names he comes up with for certain characters that never really had a name. So, I think that's cool. I don't know. But, the ending got me a little teary-eyed, because just the thought of Connor and Alex being separated, and knowing that technically it is true, you know, Alex's heart and who she really is totally belongs in the fairy tale world, while Connor, while he does love the fairy tale world and the Land of Stories, he really, his heart and who he is belongs in the real world, in our world. So just that whole ending scene with them being separated and Alex staying with her grandmother to be trained to become the new fairy godmother, and Connor going back with Charlotte and Bob to the real world. It just was really heartbreaking. But I'm excited though to see how Chris is going to reunite them, because I know in the third one, because they kind of, you know, severed the ties between our world and the fairy tale world, so no one can cross between it. But knowing since there's going to be a third and fourth one, I'm really interested to see how Chris is going to make it so that, you know, they can get back to each other. So I think that'll be really interesting to see how he does that, and also to see what villain is going to be next, because we've had the Evil Queen from Snow White and the Enchantress from Sleeping Beauty, so I'm interested to see who the next big bad will be in the third one. I did like the character development. Like, I liked how much Connor and Alex had grown from the wishing spell to the Enchantress returns. Just how much they grew up as, you know, characters, because Connor was quite childish and Alex was very, you know, kind of just full of like wonderment, and also was always doing things by the book, you know, in a way. And I just love how they both change. Like Connor, he's still a goofball, but he also takes things a lot more seriously, and it's kind of the opposite with Alex. She's still very serious, but she's not as serious as she used to be. And the other character I like the development with was Red, because Red was so annoying in the first book. Oh my goodness, I could not stand Red Riding Hood. And she was still annoying in this one, but just seeing her development, from seeing her grow from, you know, this lovesick, jealous girl who couldn't get over Jack and was so jealous of Goldilocks, to this girl that, you know, was falling in love with Froggy and accepting him when he was in his frog form. Like, I love that. And that's also a good testament that her character grew and got better, is that while she was still annoying, I didn't hate having her constantly in the book. So that's a plus. So yeah, that's all I really got to say about the book. I enjoyed it. I gave it, my Goodreads, I gave it a 4, but in reality I'd give it a 4.5. Like I said, just those two kind of little nitpicky things that kind of bugged me, but otherwise I did enjoy it. I can't believe it took me so long to read it though, but yeah. But yep, that's it. That's my review. Hope you liked it. If you've read The Land of Stories, not just The Enchantress Returns, but The Wishing Spell, both books, tell me your thoughts below. How excited are you for the third book? And yeah, and how did you feel about the ending with Connor and Alex being separated? Because that really just tore my heart apart. So yeah, that's it. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye guys.